Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back on our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I wanted to be talking about different ways to build quickly after the new update. And I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty limited, but I definitely want to talk about the recent changes they made to the game because they are pretty major, especially when it comes to building. And as you can see, it's so much more difficult to build, but there is gonna be a few ways to help you guys out when it does come to building, because there's going to be certain builds that are going to be really easy and certain builds that are going to be really hard, and I want to be talking about that in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so I really wanted to be talking about the recent changes that they made, and this is really going to have a major impact on the game. And here I just have some creative builds. I wasn't doing anything fancy, and of course it's not really that fancy because it was very difficult to do so. So when it does come to building, the one thing that you definitely have to make sure that you know is they didn't change editing at all. So when it comes to editing structures, it's exactly the same, super easy to do, and there's going to be no problems there. It just specifically has to do with building and the nerf they put on turbo building that plays such a huge role here in this game. But since that nerf, I definitely noticed a few changes that you have to do, and the first of which you guys could obviously see the first time. If you guys played any at all since the update, you guys obviously see you have to change up your 90s. You pretty much, the only way to do 90s nowadays is you have to do 90s. You have to do 90s in a way that you did when you first learned them. So they have to be not like the really quick, you can like jerk your mouse across your desk kind of 90s. This is the 90s, pretty much the regular ones that you learn. And the reason why you have to do it this way is because when it comes to turbo building now, since it's so much slower, is you have to basically allow yourself to be on the wall for an extended period of time before it actually places. Before it placed instantly, but now it doesn't. So if you want to do 90s like I'm showing right here, you have to be able to do them like this. And the reason, like I said, is because you have to, because the wall's not going to place right away on all the sides you need to. So you basically have to do 90s like this, so the wall is out for a little bit longer. So when you turbo build, it's actually going to be able to place. Otherwise, as you can see, pretty much when you guys are doing 90s when you first tried it out, your ramps, your walls are going to be placing everywhere because your walls aren't going to be placing where they need to. So you have to slow down your builds, and that's pretty much the main thing you guys have to do. Is you can pretty much do most of the same things you were doing before. There's a few exceptions that I'll get into that you really cannot do. It's just really impossible. But there's going to be a few things that you can still do, but you have to be a little bit slower, which is kind of annoying. It forces you to build a little bit slower, because there's going to be certain builds you're going to be able to do just as quickly, but there's going to be a lot of builds that are basically impossible. And one of those builds is just going to be something as simple as a double ramp, floor, and wall. And I say simple because, I mean, for me it's pretty simple. For some of you guys it might be a little bit harder, but for a build like that, I can't even do it anymore. That's pretty much impossible. It's one of those things that was super easy for me. I could do it every single time, no problems at all. But now, not even gonna lie, I can't do it whatsoever. But it comes to like a single ramp wall, that's pretty easy, and I have no problems with that after the new update. But when it comes to double ramp, floor, wall, and different variations and variants like that, it's just nearly impossible. It's just going to be something that you're not going to be able to do. And likewise, when it comes to turning around, maybe boxing in, if you do it too quickly, you're not going to be able to do it. So if you're getting shot from multiple different directions, I mean, you're pretty much just screwed. You're going to get tagged all the time. And when it comes to this update, I really do feel like this update is just so incredibly bad with building. I feel like they will reverse it, and the reason why I say that because Epic really doesn't reverse any changes. But one thing they did reverse back when it came out was the update where they nerfed aim assist. They definitely took that one out because it was just so incredibly bad and unfair that it just didn't work. But I feel like with this build right here, I feel like they'll just realize that other players just won't be able to build at all. And on top of that, I think they wanted I guess, quote unquote, even the playing field when it comes to players with high ping. But to be honest, I mean, if you have bad ping, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. You shouldn't be able to penalize players who play on good ping. I play on like a 0 ping just because I have really good internet. And of course, where I live really close to the servers on the East Coast. But I mean, I get for the people that play on like 200 ping in Africa and on the places that are on that side of the world. I know they don't have any servers over there, so of course their ping is going to be on constant 200. But at that point, I mean, there's nothing they can really do except for maybe install servers at that location. But other than that, I mean, honestly, when it comes to internet, it's really not even that expensive. So if you want to be able to get internet, I mean, it could be just something like mowing lawn. You can mow like a couple lawns during the summer, and you'll have enough money to afford better internet. It's really not that hard when it comes. I mean, because that's the way I see it. Like, if you have bad internet, you shouldn't really complain about it. I mean, you always have to come up with a solution. And if you really want good internet bad enough, all you have to do, it's really not that expensive, because if you're just looking to buy internet to maybe play for video games or something like that, it's really not expensive unless you buy like a full plan for it kind of thing, where you have like the TV too. Then it could possibly get a little bit expensive. But when it comes to just good internet, it's really not that expensive. So if you're really complaining about good internet and that's really a problem for a lot of people, then all you have to do is just mow a couple lawns, maybe do some babysitting, and you can easily have enough money to afford good internet. It's not the most difficult thing in the world. But one thing that I noticed that was actually really, really bad is, even though, like I said, I play on 0 ping, and I was getting ripped through my walls left and right. I had this one fight, and for whatever reason I didn't record it, but basically I was just sitting there, and there was a guy outside of my wall. I think I had like 20 HP or like 25 HP. So I was sitting there outside of my wall, and I was just turbo building because I was in Paradise Palms. At the beginning of the game, I knocked his teammate. I'm sitting there literally just sitting there with turbo building with 0 ping, and the guy just sprayed through my wall and tagged me like 3 times and killed me. So if you're ever in a fight with someone and someone's outside of your wall, you pretty much now have to place a wall and also be on a ramp behind that wall, because you're going to get tagged right through it. And this is especially true in something that I pretty much completely abused after seeing that. The next few games, I just used the minigun, and I'm telling you, those guys literally just sat there with their wall, and I was just ripping them for 20s left and right through the wall. There was absolutely nothing they can do. And it's just one of those things I think is going to be a huge problem, because if I can't turbo build against someone who's shooting at my wall, I feel like it's going to be really easy for other people to snag each other's wall. I'm not really sure exactly, because I'm pretty sure after you are on your first place, it's right away, because it's only turbo building that's really delayed, so your first place is still going to be exactly the same. So if you are going against someone that you're spraying at, trying to take their wall, I feel like a really good strategy, I don't know, I never tried this out myself, but I think it'd be a really good idea. So if you're in like a duo game, and you have a person that you're fighting that's going to be on the opposite side of the wall, I feel like what you can do is have one guy on your team, it could be you or your teammate, just spam the wall as much as possible, rip out a minigun, rip out an SMG, and then have your teammate hold RT, and then eventually, I feel like no matter what, you can eventually snag their wall, because like I said, before, I was on 0 ping, and a guy just sprayed right through my walls and killed me. And it wasn't like I had a ping spike, or it wasn't like my internet was messing up. I was getting shot right through my wall, and there was just absolutely nothing that I can do about it. So when it comes to something like that, the only thing you can do is try to take advantage of it, use it to abuse other people, because right now, it doesn't even make sense to try to take someone else's wall. It's not going to work. Or it probably will work because the turbo building is so bad, but when it comes to it, you're better off just spraying right through their walls. If you see them behind the wall, just constantly spam at it, and I guarantee you're going to get tags of 20 with your SMG or minigun every single time. So when it comes to building after the new update, you really have to change your playstyle and change the different builds that you do, because like I said, turbo building is really bad. You can get shot through your walls, and on top of that, a lot of the builds aren't going to be working like they used to. So when it comes to like 90s, different things like that, it's still playable, just really, really annoying, and you definitely have to change up your playstyle a ton when it comes to building and also every single gunfight you go into, because you're not going to be able to play it the same. So definitely, I think it's playable, like I said, but for sure you have to change your playstyle up a little bit. There's going to be a few things that you have to change if you want to be able to still win. Like I said, I think they probably will reverse the update at least a little bit, because I feel like the turbo building is really, really bad. Kind of like the update they had with the aim assist, and they reverted it back a few days later. I mean, it's kind of like 50-50 at this point, whether revert or not, because there's been so many bad updates in this game. I really don't expect them to, but I feel like there's a possibility that it could possibly, happen. But who knows? But with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't haven't already. Turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.